Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Today we are going to branch out on that piece that I briefly mentioned in my 6-month review, that being the marketplace for Flight Simulator 2024, what it's currently looking like and why I think personally you should look at other options, and we'll talk about a couple of those options, or a few of those options, later on. I have in front of me a partially curated Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace. I've got the results that are recommended for me, and I have a filter type on of aircraft that are exclusive to FS 2024. There is a pattern here that I have observed, and I'm not going to make any accusations, mostly because I don't want to get sued. Don't think I will, but you'll be able to infer them, I promise. My first observations are under this recommended tab, the amount of low rated, 2 stars, 2.2, 2.4, 1.7. You have the Just Flight Hawk, which is up there, but then 2.6, 1.6, which is abysmal, 3.6, which is okay. You get the idea. Very few of the aircraft that are, quote, recommended to me are above 3 stars. And the ones that are generally not by MS Scenery. You may remember MS Scenery from, the 2020 Flight Simulator days. They, in my opinion, make not very good aircraft. What do I mean? Well, you can't just make a baseless accusation like that. You're correct, 100% correct. Let's look at the B-52. My mouse was just hovering over it, and what it looks like more than anything else without even the flight portion. The biggest thing you're going to see with all of the MS Scenery aircraft is the screenshots look kind of weird, grainy, but the aircraft in general are just low poly. And I would imagine that they also don't one-to-one match the aircraft that they're representing. I can't nail on the head what's wrong with this B-52. I want to say the forward section of the fuselage is too long. Excuse me, but then you have a couple other options here. To me, this just doesn't warrant the, what do they want for this? $10? It's on sale for $10, was 20. I think that's insane. We'll look at two more. Sure, we're on the A-10 Thunderbolt. It's worth noting that Sobo will sell you an A-10. I believe Demios, look, the aircraft's not even in frame. And it looks like this is supposed to be an A10A, just going by the stuff there, but you have the paved penny pod, so it would be an A10C, the first gen A10C, because you have the paved penny pod. But then, yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, all of these screenshots are really, really weird aspect ratio, but more to the point, the aircraft just don't look good. I mean, look at the lack of shading, the lack of texturing, that sort of stuff. And again, this is being recommended to me. I don't want to just shit on MS Scenery, but hey, they're the ones being pushed to me. This one made me laugh. This YF-23, and let me, for those of you who don't know what a YF-23 looks like. I'll pull up a picture, or a couple pictures of it. So this is the YF-23 that we're being... Yeah, I mean, just look at that. Like, for FS20, I feel like these are just ported over FS2020 aircraft that they're shilling as compatible for 2024. This looks nothing like the YF-23. As proof, here is... Nope, standby. Here is the YF-23, what the real aircraft looks like. Or would have looked like. It never made it into production, but you get the idea, right? Clicking through all of these, you can see the different angles and that sort of stuff. What the fuck is this? Like, come on. Come on. These are the aircraft you recommend for me, Flight Simulator. We get through, I don't know, a whole row of slop before the Just Flight Hawk T1 comes out, and this is a good aircraft. This is an aircraft I would I don't know if 50 bucks is worth it, but 30 bucks, 100%. It's not loading now because it hears me talking badly about it, but you get the idea. You can see the high detail. The screenshot is actually the correct aspect ratio. Great detailing, great shading. It's got an EFB. This is a fantastic aircraft. After the Just Flight Hawk, I don't know much about the Global Hawk, but that's probably the next one in line here. I have no idea why my internet's running as slowly as it is, but it's fine. So you've got your drone command station. So there, we have already put in work. You've got your drone command station. The aspect ratio is a little bit off, but I'll maybe give it some slack because the RQ, what is it? The RQ4? Is that what the Global Hawk's designation is? It's got a stupid huge wingspan. Anyway, you get the idea. The store is still full of garbage, in my opinion. Garbage is being recommended. The NA builds A350. Fantastic aircraft from what I've seen. I actually haven't flown this, but again, you've got the detailed shading, you've got the good textures. This looks 2024 ready. It was built specifically for 2024, so I'd imagine it's 2024 ready. Kind of funky with the aspect ratio on a few of these, so maybe it's not necessarily devs, but how this is being delivered. So we'll regress on the aspect ratio issue because I've seen it on almost every aircraft we've looked at. My part 2 here is you have this 1.7 out of 5 star rated CH-47 by MS Scenery for 20 bucks, not on sale. Doesn't look great. It just, again, lacking of textures. And I'm not here just to shit on MS Scenery. They're not the only ones doing this, but they're the ones doing it at the largest rates. So that's this CH-47, whereas Miltech, through a Solo, will sell you this CH-47. Again, the shading, the textures, they all look good. You've got quality. You've got different liveries available out of the box for, we'll say, $36 not on sale versus the Miltech is 20 bucks not on sale. So for an extra $16, you get an actual good working product. Not to mention there's the existing CH-47 already in the sim if you buy the deluxe version. Continuing, we have this, I believe it's supposed to be a Sikorsky Sky Crane. Again, just bad textures. Even at this level of zoom, you can tell these textures are not great. $20 aircraft, rotorcraft, whatever you want to call it. What? Look at the, go back. Look at the, there's no definition here whatsoever. No depth, no textures, no shading. Meanwhile, is it up here? I think it's up here somewhere. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Let's go to the helicopter sublet. All the Cowan simulation aircraft are in here as well. That's neato. Here's another one. The S-64 Sky Crane. Again by MS Scenery. 20 USD. Flat. No shading. This is the exact same cockpit from the previous rotorcraft we looked at. Or, let's see if I can find it in here, because it's an upgrade for the sim. I'm actually not seeing it. Where's the Ericsson Sky Crane available in the sim? I'm not seeing it. Anyway, just to prove I'm not lying, I'll go to the main menu. So this guy for 20 bucks, or we can go, nope, reflight. Oh, my audio's still set to external. That's fun. Helicopter. this guy. And if I go into my configuration menu, you will be able to see, not really actually, because it's kind of botched, but this is a far superior product. Go back to the main menu again, and over to the Flight Sim store. So what I see occurring is a lot, I shouldn't say a lot of, a handful of devs are taking aircraft that already exist in the sim and re-releasing them. We'll give Cow and Simulation a break because I'm pretty sure their R66 is the same one that's available in FS2024. What else can I find in here? That's a repeat KC-135. Just, oh god, just get the 707. You'll be happy here. I bet you these are identical except for the KC-135 and the RC-135, except for that bulbous thing. And again, that flat $20 price. Oh my god, look at, oh my god. Again, I'm not here just to shit on MS Scenery, but they're standing out for a reason. And again, these are recommendeds. Now you can search from the best rated aircraft, right? So you've got, for whatever reason, the Captain Sim L100. Oh, it's got one rating of 5 stars, so they probably had an employee rated this. Oh wow, it has an interior now. That's pretty neat. Previously, the C-130 variant had no interior. This is a civilian version of the C-130, so that's pretty neat. We'll give it, we'll let it go. So again, you can sort by highest rated. I don't know why you would ever buy a military aircraft out of the Microsoft store. There's no weapons employment. Not that the weapons are modeled in the sim anyway, but you can't even have them hanging off of pylons, which is crazy to me. And that brings me to my other point, which is the credit system in FS2024. It's the same as the one that existed in the previous sims. Like, let's say I want to buy the Topmox Studios F-22 for $30 on sale. Looks like a cool aircraft. I remember when this came out in 2020, it was sung praises. Looks like a pretty cool jet, right? U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds delivery. Don't know about that, but right, you got your weapons bays model. Looks, you know, reasonably detailed. Let's say I want to buy this. So I go to buy it, and you can see that asterisk there. And this is the same thing in 2020. It buys the number of Simverse coins needed to purchase the item. Simverse coins will then be immediately redeemed to complete your purchase. I do understand why they do this. They do this because it gives them more money in the long run. So let's say that this aircraft costs, I don't know, let's just say it's a conversion factor of 10. So $30, call it 300 credits, right? So to buy 300 credits, you would need to buy X amount of credits from a credit pack. Let's say a credit pack comes in bulks of, I don't know, 500, let's just say. I'm making up these numbers, but the math will still math out no matter what the actual values are. So you can only buy credit packs in blocks of 500, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, so on and so forth. If I want to buy this for 300 credits, I have to buy the 500 credit pack. Well then, yeah, you got 200 credits left over. Okay, fine. But the next aircraft I want to buy, let's say I want to buy, let's say I want to buy the Cessna 414 Chancellor. Well, that's another 30 credits to buy the Fly Somewhere Cessna 414. Well, now I only have 200. And I have to buy another 500 to buy this for 300. So now I'm up 700. I buy this for 300. Now I have 400 credits. And let's say that's all I want to buy and I'm done. Now I just have money sitting around doing nothing. Right? Effectively, the credits sitting around doing nothing. Which then shovels you into crap like this MS Scenery MiG-29. Oh, this is only 100 credits. Perfect. I can quickly and totally shave down some money. I can get the worst virtual cockpit of a MiG-29 I think I've ever seen. Even the color shading for the Soviet blue is off. And you just get stuck in a perpetual loop, effectively, because they're all .99 prices. They're not even numbers, right? So I personally do not recommend doing any business with, oh my god, they still have the Bredock 3D 737 Max. This, oh my god, I don't know if this has improved since its initial release. It looks like it hasn't. Look at that autopilot panel. Look at the lighting on your center stack, the landing gear handle, compared to the default 737 Max that comes in the sim. Why ever? Anyway, so my recommendation is to look elsewhere. Well, what options do we have for elsewhere, I hear you say? Well, that's a very, very good question. Things like Sim Market, and don't get me wrong, I'm not endorsed by any of these companies. Sim Market has their own problems, right? Primarily zero refunds for anything. It's like, oh, you bought it and it doesn't work? That sucks. Get bent, right? So there's problems with all of these, but I find that the variety of aircraft is bigger because a lot of devs don't sell on the Microsoft Store because of other restrictions, the weapons employment, or just the split of profits, whatever the reason. So you get a bigger variety of aircraft in things like Sim Market or Orbix. We'll look at Orbix in a second as well. Or the Aerosoft Store as well is another example. Bigger variety and sometimes more options, but most importantly is you get instantaneous updates. The moment something's released from the dev to repurchase, or to update if a patch needs to get thrown out, it's done straight away. There's no delays, there's no checks and balances Microsoft needs to do, and it's out to you immediately. An example, can I do this without doxing myself? I can. So this was released today at 4:45. Sorry, this is when I downloaded it. It was released actually a few days ago, but you can see these. So these are the two turbo arrows. They updated them to FS2024. So I've got the turbo arrow 3 and I think the turbo arrow 4. That's why they look like they're the same, but they're different. They were released a second apart from each other, and I downloaded them essentially in 2 seconds apart from each other. But that's the point is, as soon as they push it out, it's done. 0.6.1. If we go back to Flight Simulator, let's see if the arrow's even in here. New cockpit. So I can't even get the arrow in. Oh no, there it is. Nope, that's the Carinata one. I don't want the Just Flight one. So, further proving my point. Anyway, Orbix is a similar story. You can filter stuff down by your sim. In this case, Flight Simulator 2024, the OG Flight Simulator DCS or X-Plane. They're all here. You've got a huge list of aircraft to pick from. And just like in the Flight Simulator world, they regularly do sometimes go on sale. You can do wish listing of stuff. So like I've got the India Foxed. They changed the name again. It was India Foxed Echo, I swear to God. Anyway, the India Foxed Echo now, Tornado is something I'm kind of interested in, just for flying low-level mock loop stuff. But anyway, so you get it. There's lots of other options out there. I'm not going to drag this out any longer than it needs to be. You get the idea. My statement is still to avoid Flight Simulator's Market Place, if at all possible. You'll save money. You'll get updates more regularly. Sometimes you'll get more options for the aircraft that you purchase. And there's never going to be a situation, I shouldn't say that. For a while they had Carinata lockdown. But there's less likely to be a situation where something is only available in the Microsoft Store versus something being available literally anywhere else, but not in the Microsoft Store. Just for fun, let's go back to Orbix. And let's see, what's another thing that I have installed here? Let's see if we can, I think this is in there. In fact, I think I saw it earlier. So let's look for the Blackbird Simulation Cessna 310R. Nope. Let's try A to Z. No. Nope. Okay. Really? I can't search for Cessna because there's going to be too much stuff. Yeah, no, it's just not here. So anyway, my case rests. Don't my advice is not to shop here, shop elsewhere. Unless it's in a Sobo exclusive product. So you see there's a few things in here that it says owned for me. It's because I have the I think it's the Premium Deluxe upgrade. So like all of these aircraft that are in the Premium Deluxe, like the Forward Sky Courier, the Ag Truck, the Citation Longitude, the Titan, the old 172, all the stuff that was in that little gold banner and the promo stuff, I have all that stuff. But that's because I bought the better version of the game. Anything else in here? If I see something I like, I'm going to try to find it something else. Or somewhere else, rather. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. You can go.